Hello, 1 2 testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, I don't have a sound here. Hello, 1 2. All right, how are you guys? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? AC Mix, how are you, mate? All right, so if you want to chat with me on the stream, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free. All right, so very, very, very strong Japanese yen. Right, here's the Japanese yen. Let me just delete all the drawings. Very, very strong Japanese yen. So basically, what I'm looking at here is this. I'm looking for a pullback. I'm looking for a pullback on the Japanese yen, possibly towards this level, right? To get long. That means that I'm looking for shorts on the pound yen, right? And that's on the Japanese yen. That's what I'm going to place at the moment. So, hey mate, first day with you. Just subscribe. Well, mate, welcome to the team. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. My screen is black. There you go. I'm back. All right. Don't worry, don't worry. I am back. And here we go. So here's, I'm just pinpointing my entry on the pound yen right here. 182.54 should be sell limit, and our stop losses 182.71. Let's see. Actually, a little bit wider. I don't want to get stuck out on a weak high. 75 would be. Yep, and I'm going to target 181.45. So that's a cool, almost a 5R. Thanks, bud. Follow your my what? My silver signal? It's fantastic one, but I cut early. Yeah, I mean, holding on to trades, it's kind of hard. I mean, I think it's the hardest thing to do. Let me just send this to the VIP group. I'm gonna send this as a free signal too. Sell limit. Let me grab the correct parameters. Control copy. I'll be right with you guys. NTP shall be this. I'm gonna call it a 4.8R, and I'm only risking a 0.22% on this trade. Well, my normal risk is 0.25. There you go. And there you go. So let's wait to see. Let's wait for the open. All right. How are you guys? Hope you're having a great morning. There you go with the Japanese yen on the left side of my screen. Looking a little heavy here on that fakie above the Asian session highs. Looking for that pullback to get long, which would mean a pullback to get short on the pound yen, right? That is my trade. And if you're a VIP, I'm still holding. I haven't deleted my buy limits on the Japanese yen. This particular setup I haven't deleted yet. So I'm trying to play the short side towards my entry and then getting out of those shorts and going long. So let's see. Mm-hmm. All right, so the market just opened and boom. It's been a while since I've traded the FTSE too. I deleted my Euro US dollar buy limits here. Price just completely moved through my targets. Um, there's no hindsight here. Maybe should have. I should have. It's not that I should have, right? But there was this. Yesterday, if you're a VIP, you already know that. Yesterday, I was looking at, my entry, right? My buy limits in the Euro US dollar. And I told you that there were a couple of imbalances higher than the one that I was targeting, right? But this particular setup, which would have been a winner, right? In hindsight, is absolutely not optimal for me at least. Pound yen, right? So I look at the F1 strategy. Oh, no, nope. No F1 setups today. No F1 setups today. This is the cool thing about here there was one on the Aussie Swiss franc. This was an amazing F1 setup. To ultimate targets would have been 3.4R. To the daily highs, a 2.4R. Yeah, I missed this one. Actually, this was a great setup. I'm gonna tag it for later. All right, so pretty uneventful open. if you ask me. Uh-huh. So let's have a look at some US dollar possible setups. I mean, all right. What are you guys looking at? Yeah. A break of these lows would, in fact, be very, very good for my idea, my short idea on the pound yen. But here's the deal, right? Let's go to the 5 minute chart. I'm gonna show you. Here's the dealie. Oh, so here we have, a failure to break with the Asian session highs. Then we had a very, very volatile move to the downside, leaving a ton of inefficiencies here, a ton of imbalances, right? And I always look at this, guys. This is the first thing that I look at. Hold on, let me just the trappity trap, right? I call these traps, right? Why? All right, so I call these traps because the first thing that you are taught when you first start learning how to trade is that you should always wait for the retest of the previous broken level, right? As you move forward in your path, your career, etc., you realize that that doesn't work, right? Um, that what that does is just create liquidity. Now, what I look for is this, right? First of all, the failure to break with the highs. Now, price breaking with the structure. This is where the market shifts from bullish to bearish, right? In the very short term, looking at the 5 minute chart, guys. Um, yeah. Then um, this creates liquidity. Why? Because uh, weak traders, right, weak shorts in this case, are going to wait for this, right, the retest of the previous broken lows. But where are they going to put their stop losses? Most likely they're not going to put their stop losses above the structure high, right? That's too wide. So basically their stop losses are going to be all the way up here, right? So that's the liquidity that I always talk about. Now, if you notice here, we have that imbalance, right? That hole in price action, that gap. So that is where I pinpoint my entries. Why? Because this is, the imbalance, the gap, or whatever you want to call it, right? Left by the surge of sellers here that took out these lows. So most likely, or the probability of price taking out these stop losses, coming back to price itself efficiently, and then continuing to the downside is higher, right? So my bias today for the Japanese yen is long trade. That's why I'm looking for shorts on the pound yen. Other than that, I do not have a set up. All right. Let's go through the markets. If I don't see something really, really, hot, I'm gonna cut this show a little bit short because there's no need or there's no reason for us to be here. Now, sometimes, when the breaks of the structure are this volatile, I'm not going to get the pullback that I need to get short in this case on the US dollar Japanese yen. Now this market is super bearish because if you look at the left side of my screen, the US dollar is extremely weak at the moment, pushing the US dollar versus the Japanese yen lower, and the Japanese yen is breaking with the highs. A bullish move on the Japanese yen is bearish for the US dollar Japanese yen. So we have a double whammy here, double whammy of bearish power, right? Um, so, because I'm looking for longs on the Japanese yen, I'm gonna go through the three markets that I trade the Japanese yen on, which is the US dollar Japanese yen, the pound yen, and the euro yen, right? And I'm going to look for the best possible setup to go long on the Japanese yen. Now, in this case, is the pound yen, my friends. Gold, gold breaking with the highs. Go to a 3 minute chart. This is where I pinpoint my entries. Oof. Yeah, no setup. Silver, super strong. Now here's the thing about metals, guys, and here's the thing about this on my particular entry model, right? The liquidity sweep entry model, is that just have a look at this. Just have a look at all of this, inefficiency in the market, right? The thing is that um, I would look for this to be the liquidity grab. It was yesterday during the New York session. This means that this is where the market structure shifted, right? So, to me, waiting for a pullback towards these levels and placing my stop losses below these lows um, is um, um, is a bad setup in the sense that I would be placing my stop losses where the liquidity is, right? Normally, I would wait for price to hit this level, right? Taking out all of these lows. But because of how strong this move has been, we're talking about a pullback of about 2%. So this would not be a pullback, but a reversal should price continue to go lower. So the probability of me sniping long silver on such a strong pullback, move to the downside, um, it creates a lower probability trade long, if you understand what I mean. If you don't, just go ahead and tell me on the chat. Gold on the other side, just hit that particular long level. Oh boy, I missed this one. I don't trade the Asian session, right? The reason that I don't trade the Asian session is because normally I wait for the London Open to get my directional bias for the day, but this was an amazing setup long on gold. Yeah, I don't think we are going to probably get that pullback, my friends. All right, let me just delete this. I'm going to show you something real cool. So here it is, this lows. That is a magnet, right? That's a ton of liquidity here. And how much is this from my entry? We're talking about now. It's not that much. It's only 60 pips. So I'm going to keep my sell limits on the pound yen active, not active, right? but I won't delete them. Same thing with I mean, all U.S. dollar markets are very weak now. Here's yesterday's idea short on the U.S. dollar. I didn't get the pullback, so I didn't get triggered long on the Euro USD. That's why I deleted that pending order. Now, this market is super weak, taking out these lows, coming back towards this level. So, let's go to to the 50-minute chart, right? Wow, taking out these lows, coming towards this level right here. So possibly, I'm going to place an alert here. Possibly, when the US dollar hits this level right here, I could in fact be looking for longs, but I'm not going to place, blindly a buy limit on the US dollar, which would mean placing a sell limit on the Euro USD, sell limit on the pound, US dollar, etc. Because of how strong this move is, right? We are on a bearish market at the moment, right? But this is a massive level. So what I would wait for is price to hit this level and maybe get this. Hold on, let me delete this. Maybe get this particular setup for me to look for longs right here with a high probability and a high risk to reward ratio. But that I'm going to have to wait for that. So I have the alert for my VAPs. Pound yen. Yeah, I'm digging this. I am digging this. All right. So any questions, guys? Go ahead. That's why I do these live sessions, so you can ask me questions, so we can chat. If not, I don't see a reason to do them. So, for the VIPs, I was talking about right now about this possible dip on the US dollar towards this level. We are very close. We are, let's have a look, about a 0.15% move towards this level on the DXY, right? So, if we look at not the USD, what was it? Yeah, the Kiwi, maybe the Aussie. No, actually no. Scratch that. Yeah, this was a great setup long. I'm gonna tag this to watch it. To go through it later. And no setups made for me. No setups for me right now. Absolutely no setups for me right now. I'd rather be flat than being wrong or chasing the market. That's just me, right? Look on the 10-minute chart. Here is where I place my sell limits. Let's have a look. 182.54. That's right, right there, right there. Stop loss is 182.75, and the TP is 181.45. Mhm. So I'm going to record the. That's a nice 5R. I'm going to record the video for for this setup. So listen closely. All right, let's have a look at this. All right, so let's have a look at this. This is a super bullish setup. I mean, if I get this pullback, if we get this pullback on the Japanese yen, we are going to bank big on the pound yen on that 5R. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna record the video. All right, traders, good morning. Welcome to another day trading with the team. Let's talk about this pound yen short that I just sent. So basically what I'm looking at is longs on the Japanese yen after the break of the Asian session highs. This is a super strong shift in the market structure, right? We got that last liquidity sweep during the Asian session, which means that this is the market structure shift. Also, at the break of these highs, we got that break of the structure signaling that the long bias is the one with the highest probability, right? So I'm looking for longs. That means that I'm looking for shorts on the pound yen, right? On the pound yen, what I'm looking at here is this. Let me just delete this. Actually, I'm going to leave it here. So what I'm looking at here is this. After the break of the Asian session lows and the break of these lows, right? You know, the short side in this market is also triggered. But I'm not going to chase the market. I don't trade breakouts, right? And what I'm looking at here is this trap. I always tell you guys that I always look at this trap. This is the market structure shift on the pound yen, and this is the trap, right? Weak players in the market trying to get short at the retest of the previous broken lows. Most likely, this is just the liquidity that I'm waiting for price to get liquidate, right? Tag me here and continue the short side in this market. The reason that I'm looking at this level is because here is where we have those inefficiencies in the market left from the surge of sellers at these highs. So we are looking at lower lows and lower lows. All of these lows are just rally sellers, weak rally sellers. Most likely, if we get this pullback, just look at the left side of my screen. If we get that pullback on the Japanese yen, all of these sellers are going to get liquidated and we are going to get trigger short on the pound yen. Right, any questions, guys? Any questions? If you don't have questions, I am going to shut this stream off. Oh boy. Just ending the video. Yep. And last look at this market. Yeah, very possibly we'll be looking for longs on the Euro USD. But that will be later. I mean, I need the DXY to liquidate these highs before I even consider placing those. This was an amazing trade on gold that I missed, which is fine. All right, so thank you for joining me, guys. Pretty uneventful open, and that is fine. I'm not going to chase the market. I'm going to wait for this possible pullback on the Japanese yen. But just have a look at the left side of my screen. The Japanese yen again just breaking with the highs. This is just pushing the pound yen lower. Yeah, this is a game about probabilities, right? And chasing the market at these lows for me is just a no go. Yeah, I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't day trade. Cryptos. All right, guys. So no questions. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you later today. Cheers.